October 31st. While the world celebrates Halloween, this date marks some of America's most haunting mistakes. It's a day when a naval catastrophe was buried in secrecy, a political obsession backfired spectacularly, and the government promised answers about UFOs that never came. What's the common thread? A failure of transparency that eroded public trust. This is the story of America's greatest mistakes on October 31st. Some mistakes are accidents. Others are choices to conceal, to obsess, or to deceive. The most damaging errors often aren't the events themselves, but how we handle them in the aftermath. On this October 31st, we're examining 3 failures of transparency. A submarine disaster covered up, a political investigation that went too far, and a UFO report that answered nothing. Let's begin with a tragedy lost at sea. Mistake number 1. The USS Thresher Cover-Up, when the Navy went silent in 1963. It's 1963. The Cold War is at its peak, and America's nuclear submarine fleet is our most strategic asset. But beneath the waves, tragedy was about to strike and be hidden. The context: the USS Thresher was the fastest, quietest, and most advanced attack submarine in the world. On April 10, 1963, it sank during deep diving tests, killing all 129 crew members and civilian engineers. The October 31st revelation. On October 31st, 1963, the official Navy Court of Inquiry released its final report on the Thresher disaster. While it cited a faulty piping weld as the cause, the report was heavily sanitized. The mistake: the Navy concealed the full, damning truth. The public wasn't told about systemic quality control failures at the shipyards, or about the design flaws that made the sub vulnerable. The cover-up was meant to protect the Navy's reputation and the nuclear program during the Cold War. The consequence: the families of the 129 men were left with incomplete answers. The cover-up delayed crucial safety reforms. It was only through relentless pressure that the Navy implemented the SubSafe program, which has ensured no similar U.S. sub-disaster has occurred since. The Thresher disaster remains one of the deadliest submarine accidents in history, and the initial secrecy remains a stain on the Navy's history. The lesson: choosing institutional reputation over public transparency and safety erodes trust, and can prevent the very reforms needed to stop future tragedies. Mistake number 2. The end of the Starr Investigation, a national obsession, 1998. From a military cover-up to a political spectacle that consumed the nation and redefined the limits of presidential investigation. The context: what began as an investigation into a real estate deal, Whitewater, morphed into a sprawling, multi-year inquiry into President Bill Clinton's personal life, led by independent counsel Kenneth Starr. The October 31st finale. While the Starr report was released in September, the investigation effectively reached its public conclusion on October 31st, 1998, as the House of Representatives began impeachment hearings based on its findings. The mistake: the investigation became a catastrophic overreach. It crossed the line from examining potential crimes to a prurient, politically motivated inquisition into private sexual matters. It weaponized the legal system for political combat and permanently coarsened American politics. The consequence: the nation was subjected to a year of partisan warfare and sordid details that dominated the news cycle. It deepened the country's political divisions, eroded public trust in government institutions, and set a precedent for using personal scandal as a primary political weapon. The spectacle, rather than the substance, became the story, and the American people were left exhausted and cynical. The lesson: when legal and political processes become tools for partisan warfare and public shaming, they damage the fabric of democracy itself, regardless of which side wins. Conclusion: so what connects a sunken submarine, a presidential scandal, and a UFO report? They all represent a fundamental breach of trust between the American people and their institutions. In each case, the truth was the casualty, whether it was hidden to save face, twisted for political gain, or obscured by vague language. October 31st teaches us that the most frightening things aren't monsters or aliens, but the choices made in dark rooms to keep us in the dark. The greatest mistake any institution can make is to forget that it ultimately serves the people, and that service requires honesty. Which of these breaches of trust do you think was most damaging? Let me know in the comments. If you believe in holding power accountable, please like and subscribe for more daily history. Thanks for watching.